So, what is your name and the name of your business?
Bradley Tuggle, and the name of my business is James Bradley Salon.
Yes. And where are you located?
Jamestown, North Carolina, right off of Wendover Avenue. So we're basically in the Greensboro area, but we have a Jamestown address.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you're
I, mean,
right
I
down
would
the
definitely
edge.
consider this Greensboro more than Jamestown.
Yeah, you run into the sign on the way. They make sure
Yeah.
it says Jamestown. They don't got much going on.
They're
They're
like,
gonna
give
take that.
Jamestown some props.
They're going to take that. So, how long have you been running this business? And, how long has your business been in operation?
We've been here 3 years, but been in business for pretty good while now. But three years we've been in this location.
Okay. So, and tell us about your business and how it operates. Like,
Well-
what do you do? What's going on here?
Well, as you can see, this is a beautiful hair salon.
Yes.
This is the mecca of hair salon. But, basically we do ladies' hair. We've got a men's side, which is a barbershop as well. So we do a lot of men's haircuts as well. Lots of color, lots of cuts, just beautifying the triad, brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And what would your customer base most consistent of? Like, who are the people that come in?
Mostly females. I mean, like I said, the men's side, they kind of stick to themselves over on the men's side. And we got a little bit of whiskey. They can come in there, sit down, relax, after a hard day's work,
Mm-hmm.
take their mind off things. And, same thing with the ladies. They can have a glass of wine, they can chill out, they can get beautified. And, we try to make this as most relaxing place as possible.
So what made you choose this business? And not only that, what made you actually go into business for yourself versus having to work for somebody?
Gotcha. Well, my grandmother was a hairdresser, and her sister was a hairdresser, and then my brother was a hairdresser. So I just kind of fell into it. I used to cut the guys' hair on my basketball team back in high school. So that's kind of how I started. And I was like, well, I'm pretty good at cutting men's hair.
Uh-huh.
And by the time it was ready to make a decision on what I wanted to do with my life, I decided to go to hair school and, learn how to do ladies' hair. But,
What was the alternative?
um,
Was there anything else lined up maybe?
Not really. I mean, I couldn't think any. I knew I didn't want to go to a 4-year college. I knew I didn't want to do that whole thing. The only thing I could really ever think of was that I had a true passion for other than hair was be a professional wrestler.
Yeah. What would have been your gimmick?
So we're going into wrestling
No,
now.
no,
Okay,
I'm
I'm very comfortable with this.
What gimmick you think you would have had?
Oh, I would have totally been a bad guy.
You would have been a bad guy.
No doubt. I would have loved.
Everybody wants to be the bad guy.
No. I would have been a good bad guy though. That's the difference. I would have walked out there and the whole crowd would have booed me. I would have got under the skin, brother.
All right.
We can do that right now if you want.
No, then we good for now. Everything hits the fan. COVID-19 is on its way.
Yeah.
And then the day that it hit where you were told or instructed that you had to close down. Now, there was a difference between what was happening with salons and tattoo parlors and, say, a retail business, and that you guys, in fact, had to shut down. And if you were at all in operation, that not only would you get fined, but you would also lose your license, and maybe, just maybe, you would probably spend some time
Get locked up
in county. So tell us about that moment when you got all of that information and you had to turn to your coworkers and tell them that, hey, we have to close up shop. And what was going through your mind at that moment?
We were all pretty much on the same page. I mean, we were practicing, and that, I think that's the main thing a lot of people don't realize about hair salons. We practice sanitation on an everyday basis. We learned that from the first day we stepped in beauty school. We learned that before we even, picked up a pair of shears with sanitation. Like, I do a lot of hair shows and busy outside of the salon. So, I mean, I took a hit on that as well. So, I mean, I none of those conventions are going on. I mean, everything there, that side of things has been canceled. I mean, right when it was going down, we had a convention in Nashville, and they canceled that last minute. And I was
so it was the cancellations. Yes, it was the cancellations.
Yeah. And, just the whole concern of it, because I don't think anybody really knows what this whole thing is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, nobody knows where to turn. Nobody knows really what the virus is doing. It's going to sit in you 14 days or something, and how it's spread and whatnot. I mean, one of us could have it, and then later on, one of us gets sick. I mean, it's a trip. It's tricky.
The science is one thing, but on, say, an economic sense, the economy, us as workers, the uncertainty.
Yeah.
And I think that's, a lot of us worry about the uncertainty and how long this is going to last,
right,
more than, say, the actual effect of
the virus itself.
On us.
Yeah.
Because there's people dying, obviously, but we like to think that we can probably, that we're special.
Right.
So we put that kind of we can survive this. So we put this to the side and we focus on how to make a living. So how has your business been affected by all of this?
Well, we don't have one.
So that's
as simple as that. Like, we don't have one. Like when it comes to hair shows and things like that too. My company has switched over to making hand sanitizer, which is cool. So they're still able to operate and get going. But like from a personal small business owner, like we don't have a business right now. I mean, and ladies are dying to get their hair done, man. And I think hair did.
I think what's missing too with the idea of these being shut. This isn't only a salon getting shut down. When these men and women come in and they're getting taken care of, they're talking. They're actually it's very
totally.
It's the therapeutic
social interaction
and the therapeutic part of it for them to get some things off their chest. I'd imagine even more so than the grooming.
Yeah.
Is the therapeutic.
Totally. And it's all part of the game. And I think that's why this salon is so strong and everybody that works here is so strong, is we have a personal connection with that client.
Yes.
I have clients that come to me that I know for a fact they don't come to me just for hair. They come to me because they can be who they are. They can be real, and they know I'm going to shoot it to them straight. And, it's a connection that nobody else has. And I think that's the beauty of our industry, is our industry really has that connection. We make people feel good.
What about, you say you don't have employees, you have people who actually rent out space. So that's another part of the economics of your business that's been affected. But do you know of what the other people that rent out space here, do you know how they've been affected? Like,
well, we've all kind of group text here and there, and talking. A couple of them, Kat came in today. We chatted for a minute. I mean, we're staying in touch with everybody. I mean, we're just kind of keeping in touch with you. Hey, you guys good? You need anything? Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, I miss you guys. A lot of times just a simple text saying you miss somebody makes a lot of difference in this time. Because you get to realize what's really important. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to see anybody struggling right now, and you don't want to see people lose their homes, and people lose their salons, and people lose their restaurants,
their livelihoods.
Totally, and it's cutting it close with a lot of people I know.
No pun, huh?
Cutting it close, brother. It is.
How have you adjusted financially to this? How have you adapted to this new scenario, this new situation that you're in? And I'd like to know your plans for recovery moving forward during this. Like, do you have a plan set out to recover after? Yeah. To get to some sort of normalcy.
Which, to be 100% honest, my plan has been this way from the moment I started a salon. I've always set myself up to, if everybody said, you know what, I hate Brad, I'm sick of working with Bradley, I'm walking out the door, where I can still survive on my own, where I can still make things happen on my own. That's how I've always set up, because I'm just have that way of thinking. Of everybody's against me at the end of the day.
We're the same way. We're pretty much in the same boat.
Even though it's not, it's still good to think that way, because if that actually does happen, then you're okay. And, a lot of it's just kind of trying to maintain, keep your head above water, do what you got to do. I've gotten a lot of stuff done here, too, that I've been wanting to do. I've been, painting some things, fixing things back in the shampoo area, just to try to get us ready and move forward, because I honestly know when we come back, the floodgates are going to open.
Is there anything that when I say adjust and adapt, has it anything you weighed heavy on that you hadn't prior? Maybe something you've been, kind of kicking yourself is like, I should focus more on this. Or has it been pretty much taking care of things while you have the time?
Yeah, more or less taking care of things. I've like I said, I've always tried to keep my business sense and my financial side of things in a whole separate way of thinking. So I mean, I've always kept it tight, whether it's a pandemic or whether it's not a pandemic. I still kind of stay focused on what I need to do. But as far as tightening up things, I definitely have tightened up more things in my personal life financially, where beforehand I'd jump on something and order 10 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
I hadn't got any Jordans lately. I hadn't bought any, you know what I'm saying? I'm just I've lost out, and I'm totally, blessed to even say this. I've lost out on more luxury things, but I've always been able to live at a very minimal level and a minimalistic lifestyle.
Yes.
I've always been able to do that. Having kids, it's a little bit different because every time my wife goes to the grocery store, it's $350 now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now I look at that and I'm like, that's $350. Before I was like, whatever.
So recovery.
Yes.
Have you thought about that? Have you thought about the whatever plan you have set out, and the communication you have with the people that you lease space out to?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody here I trust 100% to do the right thing, because they're not the type of stylists that are gonna just go outside the box and do things to put other people in danger. And our relationship we have with our clients, and I know each and every person in here, the relationship they have with their clients aren't going to put them in a weird situation either. So, I mean, most of that kind of takes care of itself, but we're definitely going to put into place like hand sanitizers, and we were starting to get there as far as like the text messaging and people coming in after we check out. So those little things will just step our game up and tighten it up a bit. But I mean, you should have kind of been doing that from the jump when you're in the hair business anyway. We're just kind of limiting the amount of people that's in here and the amount of, we probably don't have visitors because sometimes they would come in, they'd bring their daughter, and the daughter would bring her cousin. We keep it to the person we'll keep it to the person that needs their hair done.
So you're keeping up with, I guess, the phases is what Cooper
Yes.
has. How do those phases affect what you got going on here? Which phase?
We're in 2.
You're in 2.
We're in phase 2, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, at the earliest, if all goes as planned, it'll be the 22nd. But, I mean, we'll be ready for the 22nd. And, once we get in here, and I think the cool thing about the staff I have and the people I work beside is we are so open to talk to each other, like, hey, this is this. And you don't, and if you tell somebody something, they don't take it personal. Where some other salons I've been in, if you say something, everybody gets all up in a uproar and whatnot. Everybody here is an adult, and if you're not an adult, I don't want you here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to babysit and do things like that. So everybody here is going to take care of their clients. I trust their judgment 100% and just give them free reign to do what's best. And we'll all get together and figure out what to do as we go. Here and there, we'll have some certain things in plan, but as we go, we'll see. Okay, this isn't really working that good. Let's try this. This isn't working. This worked amazing back here at the shampoo area. We didn't have 15 people back here. Let's spread it out here. So I mean, we'll tweak it as we go for sure. And like I said, these guys are great. These guys are amazing, and I trust them 100% to do the right thing. Stay calm and stay poised. This is something. If you can survive this and you can make it through this, stay calm, stay poised, because it's not going to last forever. As soon as we come back, like I said, we're going to be stronger than ever. The floodgates are going to be over, but when we come back and you get all these clients in a row, start putting some money aside, because if it happens again, you don't want to be in the same boat again. So start putting some money aside and, really focus on your future and not focus so much on today. Because if this happens again, you want to be prepared again. And in all honesty, it's a good chance it will. I mean, really, you really do have to focus on your money. And that's across the board. That's even if we get back to normal and we never have anything again. Always prepare for the worst. Because then if that happens, you're going to be good.
Okay. We're going to try to get deep dive into how you feel. So how are you affected personally? Like, what are the things that you're going through, having to deal with not being able to open your doors, not being able to generate revenue, not being able to, at this moment in time, provide for your family?
Yeah.
Is it what is deep down?
Well, I mean, definitely the providing for my family is the main thing, because, I don't want my kids to ever go without anything. I mean, maybe I spoil them a little bit here and there, but I don't want my kids to go without anything, and I want to continue to provide and do what I have to do. But, not having the doors open and having no income coming in is tough. I'm just ready for us to open back up because, once we open back up, we're going to be good to go again. So I'm not worried about once we open. It's just let's get to that point. And it's kind of frustrating. And when you talk about non-essential, by definition, is a hairdresser essential? No. But when you see who they are saying is essential, we're very essential when it comes to, comparing us to a movie theater or comparing us to this and that. We're very essential. And not only that, I think it's irritating a lot of hairdressers. I know in North Carolina because a lot of the programs have not kicked in to help us out. And a lot of things have not really kicked in the way they're acting like it's going. It's like going to the DMV. It's always a mess. You know what I'm saying? And you got to deal with that. But as far as, all that goes is just we got to get back on track. And, once we get there, and hairdressers are irritated because every hairdresser, if you're in a salon that you care about your staff and you care about your stylists and you care about your clients, every hairdresser I know sanitizes to the max. And they sanitize, and if they don't, they probably don't have that good of a business anyway, and they're the ones that kind of probably will fall off during this. But, I mean, the hairdressers that care about their clients and the hairdressers that care about their salons, they're going to be fine because they're doing the right precautions and stuff even before this happened. I stay pretty much calm, cool, and collective through a lot of stuff, but, there has been nights where I was like, okay, I totally see how people are going to start flipping out soon because I can go calm, but then I can flip out in a minute. And there's been times at night where I was like, okay, let me sit down and let me watch a Rocky movie. Because if I watch a Rocky movie, I'll get inspiration and I'll calm my ass down.
Yeah. Let me get some last remarks on how you feel about all of this in general, the COVID-19, how your business, other businesses, what's your last word on this entire scenario? If there's any last remarks you want to make about this all.
You're going to like this one.
Let's do it.
Look, at the end of the day, we've all worked hard. Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. That's etched in my brain, brother.
Hey, yo. And that's it for this episode of Non-Essential. Thank you so much. There's more to come. Peace.